Hello, everyone. Welcome again to the Northern Affinity podcast. Podcast? I said that wrong already. I've got it in my mind. To the video live that we have. As you can see, it's something a little bit different today, where we've got three of us for a change. So we're going to be talking to the two Northern lasses about their podcast, what it's all about, why they did it, that type of thing. As always, we're live on the various social media channels. We are Facebook, LinkedIn, and for the first time today, we're also on Twitter. This video will be available on the YouTube channel later and on the website, so a lot of people will be watching this back. If you are watching it live, if you want to put any comments or questions to Michelle or Jayne as we're going through, please feel free to do so, and we'll try and put them out there. So I'll hand it over to you guys to kind of introduce yourself first. So Michelle, do you want to go first and tell us a little bit about you, and then Jayne, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah. Hi everybody. Hi Mike. I have hats. I have more than quite a few hats. My main work is my software business called Just Software Limited. We've got an app that's out on the market, which is social media content and automation tool. We're relaunching it next week, actually next Friday at the Northern Affinity Partner Meeting. And we've got a new name, a new logo, and just a new product really. So that's my main focus. I'm also non-exec director of another software company, a software development company called Cowan, and I help them out every month. And I also do some growth strategy consultancy, which is a bit of a hangover from my corporate days. And I do a few days a month on that. And I also do.
Thank you, Michelle. Jayne?
So I have a company called Flex Marketing Limited, which is just me, and I work as a freelance marketing manager. So I work with generally the types of businesses that are owner managed, kind of medium sized, who don't necessarily want or need a full-time team. So I do everything from strategy to delivery, or sometimes I do strategy and not delivery and vice versa, but one really doesn't work without the other, so I prefer to be involved with everything. But as the name suggests, it's flex, so it is really flexible. So I just dip in and dip out of different businesses as and when they need some support. I'm also, as you know, currently in the process of setting up a co-working space, which comes with a few challenges right now, let's be honest. So yeah, that's in Denbydale in Huddersfield, so quite a distance from you, and it's based around it being a rural community, not a city centre. Really passionate about helping local small businesses. We've actually gone online the last couple of weeks. We're having a weekly meeting, so we're kind of trying to build a community online, but I really want it to be in real life soon. And then obviously Two Northern Lasses podcast, which is why I'm here today.
Thank you, Jayne. I know we're having a few issues with the sound. I know a few people said I don't know what that's come from. I mean, I can hear you two guys okay, but hopefully we'll crack on and hopefully it'll kind of improve. But we'll keep going. So the Two Northern Lasses podcast. You just start, Michelle. Can you just kind of tell us how it all came about?
Yeah, it was my idea, and I sort of broke Jayne into it, kicking and screaming. It's sort of at a time about a year ago. No, it's not even a year ago. 6 months ago, I was listening to a podcast myself, and mainly American ones. I don't know why. I sort of got into listening to fitness ones, and then sort of moved into the businessy side ones. And I thought they were all so serious, and they were super polished. And I just thought, I can do this. Let's get some people on. I actually didn't want to do it on my own, and I wanted to bring a bit of a message from Vicky said that Michelle got the washer on, and no, I haven't. So I'm really sorry about that. I wanted to do something and just have a bit of fun with it. So that's how I worked in, and I just sort of I did actually do a sales pitch to her and said, "This is what I'm doing. Are you in?" And she just sort of was silent for a while and then said, "Yeah."
Jayne, do you want to tell us about kind of your experiences so far?
Yeah, so like Michelle said, she literally pitched it at me, and she'd been saying to me for a few weeks, "I've got this idea, I need to talk to you, but I can't talk to you here. Don't want that person to over here. Don't want this person to over here." So by the time she actually told me, I was like, "What the hell is it? Will you just spit it out?" And she'd done a presentation and everything. And then my question, which it always is, no matter what who I'm talking to, or what it's about, is why. Why do you want to do that? What's in it for you? How long is it going to take? And she was like, "Oh, I think you said 2 hours a month tops." She lied, obviously. Anyway, I just thought at that point, well, yeah, why not? What is there to lose? We'll have a bit of a laugh, hopefully. And we'll just see what comes of it. If nothing comes of it, then we'll give up.
Seems fair enough. So, what is the podcast about? What's the kind of general theme?
So it's kind of changed a little bit since we started. We set off because me and Michelle have both got a kind of background in corporate, and had both left our kind of successful careers. It sounds weird saying that now, looking back. And kind of gone out there on our own. So we kind of started it wanting to get guests on to tell their own story of how they'd got to where they were at that time, and hopefully to inspire others, but also to kind of get across the truth in that, business owners and successful people don't have to be stuffy corporate types. Real people can own their own business. So that's kind of what we set out to do.
Yeah, it's turned into something a bit more than that, and we've had a lot of feedback. We get, we issue an episode, we get tons of comments back, texts. Our listeners are really interested in the people side of it, and sort of what it takes to make changes, do something different, set up your own business. I think one of the things that our listeners really like is that we don't edit anything out. Everything's kept in. If people allow themselves to be vulnerable on the podcast, then we just sort of go with it. We make a lot of mistakes. I make a lot of mistakes, and we just want it to be as authentic as possible, and we hear that that's what people like.
Yes, well, I know, as you know, I listen to most of your podcasts and absolutely love it. We've had a few comments already. I don't know if you guys can see it. So Gary's interested in finding out a bit more about what you do, Jayne. So it might be worth connecting us on LinkedIn as well. So
definitely look forward to it, Gary.
Maybe somebody you guys know, Alexander Mullen.
Yeah,
he's our producer.
He's our producer. Fair enough.
We must apologise to, because the last few weeks, well, 8 weeks, isn't it really? We've effectively made him redundant because obviously we can't get to the studio to record, so we've been doing it on Zoom and doing our own editing. So sorry, Alex.
Well, that's a good point, actually. I mean, kind of take us to that point about where we are now. We're 8 weeks into lockdown. Just kind of generally, how's it been for you guys, and how has it influenced the podcast?
We found it slightly easier in terms of scheduling guests. So we used to record 2 we now record it every week, because trying to get our guests scheduled to get into the recording studio and on a certain day at a certain time is quite challenging. Whereas asking a guest to come on a Zoom call for an hour, particularly right now, is fairly straightforward. Most people just say, "Oh yeah, just pick an hour and I'll do it." So I think from a schedule perspective, it's been easier, and it's enabled us to get an episode a week out rather than doing one every 2 weeks. The downside of that is the audio quality, and we've talked about this a lot, and we talk about it on the podcast because we try and make excuses for it. And we just sort of going with the flow, and we recorded the podcast yesterday and we talked about it then. It's the sign of the times. Everybody's got to take or accept something that's less than perfect right now. And it seems to be working for us, don't you think, Jayne?
Yeah, and I think the other thing is that obviously a lot of people who are our guests have suffered during the last 8 weeks business-wise, and it's a good way, it's another way of marketing your business, is talking about it. And I think where our podcast differs from others is we are quite candid and open about what's going on, and it allows people to be themselves. And obviously, as we know, people work with people that they like, so they get across that their own personality, and I think that really helps.
Absolutely. Well, you'll be pleased to know. It looks like he's not too unhappy with you because he misses you, but I don't think he's too upset, which is good. Yeah, I mean, you just said there about things like the sound and stuff like that. I know that when we do these videos, sometimes it's very confusing. We come from a world where we're all sat in offices in kind of high quality broadband, so working from home and that kind of thing. It's not easy, is it? How are you finding work in general? Michelle, I'll ask you first.
I'm okay with it. Even when I was working a corporate job, I worked for US companies, so I always work from home. I've got a home office, which I'm in now. I'm finding it okay. I think it's really been fortunate that we've gone through a transition with app, and we've been working on version 2 for basically the whole of lockdown. So, I've had something to focus on. Despite not getting any revenue in, we've got a goal in mind, and we've been working towards that. So, I found it okay. I really like the fact that everybody's using video now instead of phone calls, and it feels like you're meeting the people in person. And Jayne and I regularly just jump on it. We've not had a phone call for a long time, have we? Like the whole of lockdown, we've just both set up a Zoom account and we've been using Zoom. So I think from this perspective, it's not ideal that we're getting there, and we just got to keep looking forward and keep a positive mindset and just keep plowing ahead, really.
What about you, Jayne? How are you finding everything?
Well, I think like everybody, it's up and down, isn't it? Like emotionally, it's up and down. Unfortunately for me, doing marketing, one of the first things that people stop doing, wrongly, I'll just add. I do understand why they do, but yeah, they stop doing the marketing. So I pretty much lost all my work in the middle of March, and so I've basically spent the last 8 weeks learning new things. I've done a social media diploma in the last 8 weeks, and I've also been collaborating with a lot of other businesses and seeing how I can switch my offer a little bit. So, for instance, I'm working with a designer, so I can offer design. I already did work with a CGI artist, so I'm kind of adding new strands to my bow. Obviously, with the co-working space, that's a nightmare, to be honest. I signed my lease from the 1st of March, which was
good timing, Jayne.
Yeah, brilliant timing. Yeah, and I've got furniture paid for that's all over the country. I have no idea where it is at the moment, so I'm trying to get all that sorted so that when we're given the nod to open, then we can. But as you know, there's a fine balance, isn't there, between getting your business open and doing the right thing. And I'm really conscious that I need to do the right thing, but I want it to be ready when the time's right. And at the moment, it's not looking great.
No, absolutely. No, it's difficult. I think there's probably no business at all that are not impacted in some way, and we're all trying to work out, like quite rightly said, that balance. So going back to the podcast. Now, I'm not going to ask you who your favourite guests are or anything like that, because that's probably not fair. But do you want to tell us about some of the guests, kind of what type of conversations you've been having, and how they're different, I guess. And Jayne, do you want to start with that?
Yeah, so we've had varying varying guests over the last. When did we launch? No, late November did we launch, Michelle? So yeah, we've had varying guests. We tend to use people that one or the other of us knows. Quite often, both of us know them. We've had a few people that have approached us. We do get approached now, by strangers. But the feedback that we've had is that it's much more entertaining conversation when one of us knows the guest. So we've got quite a big list of people that are coming on. So we've had people from. In fact, Vicky's watching, isn't she? Because she's the one who made the joke about the washing machine. Typical Vicky Walker. She was one of our guests, so she works in corporate finance. Alex, who's the producer, he was our first guest. We just used him to practice on. And we've had the last few weeks. We've had yesterday we put out a podcast with Deborah Ogden. I'm sure a lot of people locally will have heard of Deborah. We had Danny Brough, so that was completely different. He's a professional rugby player, so his career path was literally, I'm 12 years old, I want to be a rugby player. Yeah, now I'm 37 and I am a rugby player type. So it's been really varied. And it's good because you get to meet people and hear their stories, and I genuinely find people's stories of how they got to where they are really interesting and inspiring. So it's been really good, really enjoyable.
Yeah, I think, we also, Jay talks about the stranger guests, which we laugh about. So it's the people that we don't know. And actually, Leslie Ellis was a guest that neither of us knew, but she was recording her own podcast. And Alex, our producer, said to us, "You've got to get her on. She's brilliant." And she was starred in the BBC programme Back in Time for Tea. She was just great, and we just immediately connected with her, despite not actually knowing her. The most listened to episode that we've had with a guest is the one that we had with Grace and Ella, and they were the young early career girls that had both done a sports degree at Loughborough University. So maybe they got more listens because that's the demographic, and the younger people probably listen to more podcasts than typically our age group. So yeah, all the guests. In fact, we've not had one guest where we thought, "Oh gosh, that's good."
Yeah, well, the one I listened to the last one actually was, and forgive me, I forgot the lady's name, who the dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I don't have a dog, never have had one, but I actually really found it really interesting and really entertaining as well, because it was obviously you both know her, don't you? Is that right?
Yeah.
And that comes across really nicely. And obviously the one with our mutual friend Michelle, Jeff as well.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed. So it's great because it's very relaxed, and it feels like, in the nicest way, it just kind of flows, and it doesn't. There's not too much. Not too much preparation as such. It's just a conversation between three people, which personally I enjoy.
Yeah, that's it.
We don't do much prep. We don't do any prep really.
Outers.
We sort of wing it, but I think that the conversation flows in a certain way. And actually, at the moment, we do talk about COVID and how people are coping with the pandemic and how the business is changing because of it.
Absolutely. So one thing I was going to ask you. So I'm sure it's one of the things that a lot of people talked about starting their own podcast. What would you say to people who are thinking it? What would your advice be? Where would they start? Any kind of hints and tips? Jayne, you want to start?
Well, my first bit of advice would be just do it. You've not really got a lot to lose. We are both quite technically challenged, so the best thing we did was get Alex involved, because he just basically talked us through everything, sat us down in front of a mic, and then we just got on with it. And we have learned quite a bit, especially the last 8 weeks when we've not been able to use Alex. Initially, we were recording on Zoom, and then Alex was editing for us. But then when I lost my income, can't really do that. Can't justify that now. Can't feed my family, so can't really pay him. So yeah, learning to do the editing, and there's a lot of software out there. And like Michelle said, our sound quality at the moment isn't the best, but it's the best that we've got at the moment. So we're just getting on with it. So yeah, if you want to start one, just do it.
Makes sense to me, Michelle.
Yeah, I mean, I would go with what Jayne said, and that's exactly what we did. We just got stuck in. We recorded 3 episodes and we put them out there. It's been really easy starting with Alex, and as you know, he's on here, so his details we can share his details if anybody wants them. But yeah, just go for it. Yeah, lots of guests that have come on our podcast then start thinking, oh, yeah, I could do this, because they come on really nervous. Most people are really petrified when they come on, thinking because they don't know what's going to happen. And those that listen know that we end with a game which can put people on the spot. So they're worried about not being prepared with an answer for a question that they don't know. But once they've done it, they generally feel quite proud of themselves and find this inner confidence to think, maybe I could do that. So yeah, we've encouraged some of our guests to start their own podcast. We had Lydia on recently, and she's putting out these cooking videos on Facebook and Instagram. And we were like, you could do a podcast about food, because she's just so interesting and inspiring. So anyway, maybe we've encouraged other people to get involved with it.
Which is great, and we've had a few comments. For anyone who mentioned Jeff earlier, nice Jeff, you referred to him on the podcast. So if anyone wants to hear what that's all about, they can obviously listen to the podcast. We've got Fraser. Well, speaking Northern, there's definitely more Northern than any of us up in Edinburgh. Thanks for watching, Fraser. So finally, obviously with your podcast, if people do want to listen to it, what do they do? Where do they find it?
It's on all the major podcast platforms. Most people are listening through Spotify or Apple. We host it on anchor.fm, so you can listen to it there. We always on social media, so we push content out on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Reddit, and Instagram. And yeah, that's it.
Perfect. And finally for me as well, we have a link on the Northern Affinity website for podcasts as well, and we've got those guys on there. So for whatever reason you can't find it, I'm sure you can, but feel free to go onto our website and go through that channel. So thank you, both of you, for coming on. I really enjoy podcast. It gets me through when I'm out running at the moment, so I enjoy that. It's really good. So thank you very much for coming on, and thank you for watching. If you do watch this back live, recorded, if you've got any questions or you want anything for Michelle or Jayne, please let us know. So yeah, thank you very much for your time, both of you.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.